What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about British phrases that confuse the rest of the world. Somehow, this is one of the most lovable, yet mind-boggling, confusing, yet delightful things about Britain. And this also ends up being the stuff that's just so popular in American pop culture. Like, whenever people are referencing Britain or England, it's always with some silly kind of expression or something, or doing an impression or something like that. And a lot of it is stuff that we just don't understand. And I think that's why I'm so fascinated by videos like this. This one is top 10 phrases that confuse, British phrases that confuse the rest of the world. And as usual, I think I'll try to guess what the phrase or saying means before they reveal it, because that's always fun. Fun in how ridiculously wrong I am, because the phrases make no sense. But that's the best part.
For this list, we're celebrating some bog-standard bits and bobs of British English. But there's a spanner in the works because these sayings make no sense to anyone else.
Spare me the confused innocence, Jane. We're both far too long in the tooth.
Number 10, Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. Oh my, I've heard this one. I think I've even been given this one in a different video about British phrases that I've seen. And I still don't. I still don't remember what it means. I know the context this is used in, though. Bob's your uncle. It's like after you explain something and then you're like, and we're gonna have success doing this. Bob's your uncle. It means like you're going to achieve what you want, or it's easy or attainable, or something like that. It's something like that.
This will go in here, and Bob's your uncle, abracadabra, is this your card?
No.
I mean, the way he uses it, it's almost like kind of what I'm saying, but you can also just use this phrase to spice up or any random sentence you're talking about, apparently.
Even if Bob really is your uncle, what's he got to do with anything? A saying said whenever a plan is executed, non-Brits might feel more familiar with the similar and Americanized idiom, hey presto, or the French phrase, et voila.
Huh. Americans do not say hey presto. Maybe your grandpa might say presto. And still that'd be a little strange. I don't know if there is a great equivalent and to Bob's your uncle, and there shouldn't be. Bob's your uncle is Bob's your uncle. I've heard this one many times. It's in a lot of it's in like TV shows. Whenever there's like a British character, they make them say this, Bob's your uncle, and I wasn't too far off. It's like when something is achieved or something like that. And apparently you can also say it in a lot of interesting contexts, just whenever you feel like. Bob's your uncle.
Some linguists trace Bob's your uncle back to Arthur Balfour, who succeeded his uncle Lord Salisbury as Prime Minister in 1902. Balfour's critics claimed he only got the job thanks to his familial connections.
Bob's your uncle. Okay?
Number 9.
I never even thought about, this probably has an origin. Huh, Bob's your uncle. Okay, a car boot sale. A car boot sale. I've never heard this one. A car boot sale. Let me hear him say it.
A car boot sale.
Huh. Hold on, what?
Bob's your uncle. Okay?
Number 9, a car boot sale.
That didn't help. I thought maybe the way he said it would help me. A car boot sale? Selling something that you've stolen? Or something that's cheap? A car boot, isn't that the thing they put on your tire to stop your car from being able to drive away? That's what I think of when I think of a boot on a car tire. If you're selling the car boot, what does that even mean? What does that mean if you're selling the car boot? Okay.
Love a car boot, baby. Love a car boot.
While boot sales are a kind of cultural institution in the UK, this term can bewilder anyone not born in Blighty. First off, the car boot itself causes confusion, given that American English calls a car's storage space its trunk. But then...
Oh, oh, yeah, that's important. Okay, that was really, really important. A car boot is in fact a car's trunk. So, you know, the back compartment of a car you put stuff in. If you're having a car trunk sale, a car boot sale, you're selling stuff out of your boots, out of your trunk. That just means you're having like sort of a random sale of just random crap in your car, right? Why are you doing that? What? I still don't get it.
Then there's the actual concept itself, which makes a stateside garage sale seem very small fry.
That is 182 bottles of body lotion. I was going to sell them at a car boot sale.
Driving for miles to show off your second-hand stuff on a fold-up decorating table, and somehow selling Delia Smith's Christmas cookbook from 1997 for £2.50, it's all brilliantly British.
Well, Christmas time is party time.
Number 8,
Oh, wait. Okay, that's all the explanation I get, huh? So a car boot sale is kind of like what we would call a garage sale? Where it's just random stuff you want to sell that's probably going to be cheap and old and used. Except we don't really have a trunk sale. A car boot sale. Okay, interesting.
it's all brilliantly British.
Well, Christmas time is party time.
Number 8, a good old chinwag.
A good old chinwag. I've heard the phrase chinwag. Oh, I mean, it's supposed to be self-explanatory, right? Chinwag. That means you're talking. That's what that means. When you're wagging your chin, it's moving. It means you're talking a lot. A good old chinwag? Like a long conversation or speech?
No good stood round here chin wagging. Human race should gossip all day.
Enjoyed by friends over a coffee, a pint, or on the walk home from work, this basic Britishism breathes new life into any conversation. With satisfying literalness, the term triggers anyone who hasn't heard it before to imagine chins rising, falling, and flailing around like an excitable dog's tail.
I think I actually kind of nailed this one. This one makes the most logical sense to me.
Of course, given that a good old chinwag is the same as an overdue gossip, the mental image of mouths speaking quickly isn't too far away.
Okay.
Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on.
Number 7, have a butcher's.
Oh, have a butcher's. Have a butcher's. How can you have a butcher's? I feel like the more I say it, it's gonna mean something to me. Have a butcher's? Butchers cut meats, so it means to murder someone with a butcher's knife. That's what have a butcher's means.
And so, we've come to Cockney rhyming slang.
East End, you say? I wonder what it's like these days.
So much of British English is born out of London colloquialisms, but if you aren't well versed, then you can quickly struggle. You might say you're Hank Marvin if you're hungry because you're starving, or you'll refer to someone you like as your old china, as in china plate, as in mate, as in friend. But to
I can hardly understand what we're talking about anymore. This
have a butcher's is one of the most widely used phrases, as in mate, as in friend. But to have a butcher's is one of the most widely used phrases in London and elsewhere, and it simply means to have a look. Butcher's hook.
To have a look? To have a look? To have a butcher's? To have a look. Okay. I'm not seeing the connection. I don't think I ever could have possibly come up with that one.
Look. See? It's simple.
See what we've got.
Let's have a butcher's, eh?
Number 6.
It is fun to say. Okay, that is like the most British phrase so far that satisfies this. It confuses the rest of the world. Me being the world in this circumstance. Okay, chuffed to bits. Chuffed, man, I feel like chuffed was explained to me. It's been a while. chuffed to bits sounds like a positive thing. Chuffed to bits, it means you're just delighted. Just having the best old time, you're chuffed to bits.
Chuffed to bits.
I played 5 eggs this morning. 5! How chuffed with that I was.
It sounds very painful, but it's actually quite pleasant. In
Okay.
today's lingo, at least. We Brits describe ourselves as chuffed whenever something has gone exceptionally well, like A-star exam results or a favourable football score.
Okay.
However, the etymology of chuff includes it being used as a 16th century adjective for an overweight person and as an alternative noun for someone's bottom or their genitalia. If
What?
something's up the chuff, it's in a bad way.
What?
So, the chuff to bits now means excessive happiness is quite a considerable leap.
What? I would be a little nervous to use this one. It has like 7 different meanings that mean the opposite thing. Chuffed to, but I like it though. Chuffed to bits. It somehow made sense to me.
I'm happy about that.
Yes.
Sure.
Number 5, what a plonker.
Okay. What a plonker. I've never heard plonker before. But when you use it in this, I like that it gave me it as a phrase. What a plonker. Obviously, you're calling someone a plonker. And just something about the word plonker makes it sound negative. So you're saying like, what a dummy. You're calling someone stupid or incompetent. What a plonker. It sounds bad.
A phrase made famous by Del Boy, usually at Rodney's expense, plonker fronts a family-friendly set of soft British insults, all designed to deride someone for their stupidity, but usually in a playful way.
Okay.
Pelonka!
Oh, it's like kind of a joking way. But it clearly still means that you're calling them dumb or making fun of them. But in a funny way.
As well as the only fool's favourite, there's pillock, prat, nitwit, and numpty, while you might also salute someone's waning intelligence by saying they're a few sandwiches short of a picnic. Only in Britain does it make sense to match a person's mental prowess with what they might be having for lunch. Number 4, spend a penny.
Spend a penny. At least this is all just normal English words. Spend a penny. It means buy something. Why don't you come spend a penny? Does it mean buy something that's very, very cheap? Since we're talking about a penny here. Spend a penny seems pretty straightforward.
To a traditional euphemism which sometimes confuses even British folk below a certain age, to spend a penny is to use the toilet.
I could not have been more incorrect. But I feel like I was set up here. There's no spend a penny. Well, according to the narrator, a lot of like younger British people don't even know this one. Spend a penny? Go to the bathroom? Okay. I'll take it.
Spend a penny, girl.
The term dates back to the mid-1800s, when coin-operated locks were fitted onto lots of public loos, so there really was a charge if you needed to relieve yourself. A century or so
Okay.
later, and the cost of visiting the toilet had skyrocketed to 10 or 20 pence. But the saying stuck around simply as a polite, indirect way of letting others know what you were up to.
I've never heard this one, ever. I wonder how actually common some of these are. Because, Americans are, in general, familiar with, I guess, common British phrases and slang. Makes me think some of these are not so common, or is it just, British pop culture and sayings, is it just that, being American, that's enough, that I'm that far removed, that I don't know these? Are these popular? Common? Because I'm shocked that I really haven't heard of 99% of these.
Excuse me, Bruce, I have to spend a penny. Go for your life, pal, don't fall in.
Number 3, Sod's Law.
Sod's Law. Another one. This one seems impossible. I don't know who Sod is. I don't know what law he made. Sod's Law. No idea.
Given that one meaning of sod has the word relating to grass or turf, it can be tricky to see how Sod's Law started.
Why is it, do you suppose?
I feel like this has such a British origin. Whatever Sod is, or whoever he was, that there's no way I could understand or even reason out what this is.
You keep on seeing me.
Sod's Law.
It's often compared to Murphy's Law in America, though Sod's Law is slightly more severe. You could call it the exact opposite to a win-win situation. Red traffic lights when you're running extremely late.
Oh, yeah, that is like Murphy's Law in America. Sod's Law. This is sounding a little more familiar. Anything bad that can happen will happen. That's kind of the American way of explaining it.
That's Sod's Law. Staying in for a delivery but missing it because you took a shower? That too. Booking a beach holiday but getting rain all week? Good God, it's annoying.
I could puke.
Number 2, on the pull.
On the pole. On the pole? Is there a reason we're looking at Austin Powers? Is that a hint? On the pole? Does it have something to do with, like, polling? Well, to, like, really young people now in America, polling someone means, like, romantically. Like, getting in a relationship with them, pulling them. Wait a minute. Oh, I have a pop-up. One sec. Get out of here, Adobe. No pop-ups. Yeah, but on the pole, I doubt pole, as an American slang word, is pretty new. It's very new. So there's no way that has anything to do with this saying from Britain. But they're showing Austin Powers who pulls women in the movie. I don't know.
A close cousin to what Americans call hooking up or getting lucky, head to the city centre on a Saturday night and you'll soon catch on. Whether someone's on the pull, they're pulling at that precise moment, or perhaps they've just been pulled by someone else, it all relates to the purposeful pursuit of romantic or sexual relationships.
Wow! Okay. Somehow I was correct? I was not expecting that. Alright.
Do you want my advice?
Yeah,
Go where the sex is.
it's exactly what I was thinking.
And British slang terms for the various stages of pulling are pretty plentiful too. To chat up is to talk to snog is to make out with, and you can consult Austin Powers for the rest.
Makes me think that pulling was like a British slang before it became so popular in America, or maybe I just haven't been around people using it and it's been used a long time, or I'm just trying to figure out why I thought I was wrong. Huh, okay, pulling.
Very shagadelic, baby, yeah!
Number 1, swings and roundabouts.
Swings and roundabouts. Man, that's just some stuff. That's just stuff. What is it? How is that a phrase? How is that a saying? Yeah, swings. You swing on them. Roundabouts. So these are things that are very, like, purpose. Oh, they have a purpose. They're common. A swing is fun, and a roundabout is efficient, and therefore you like it? Is this just swings and roundabouts? Stuff that are just, like, standard and good kind of thing?
An everyday idiom across the UK, today's winner roughly equates to nothing gained and nothing lost.
And I promise I will try my absolute hardest to bring your loved ones back to you, dead or alive.
Said whenever the pros and cons of a given situation seem to cancel each other out, the origins of the phrase are largely unknown, although most researchers agree on the obvious links to the children's playground, with both playtime options promising equal levels of fun.
Huh. This is an interesting one. Yeah, I don't think I ever would have thought of that. Nothing gained, nothing lost? Huh, okay.
You might even favour the slide, but it swings and roundabouts really.
Well, that may or may not be true.
Well, it
Wait a minute, let me hear that again.
Most seem to cancel.
Dead or alive.
Said whenever the pros and cons of a given situation seem to cancel each other out.
Is it because a swing, like, cancels itself out going back and forth, and a roundabout goes in a circle forever? Because we're talking about things that, like, cancel each other out, pros and cons? Is that Kind of where it comes from?
Well, that may or may not be true.
Well, it is true.
Well, it may or it may not be true.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.
All right. Wow. I learned something today. I liked that. This was by WatchMojo UK. I'll give it a like. Are there any interesting comments? First of all, that video was pretty good. I think I'd only ever heard of one of those phrases ever that I remember. There may have been some I've heard before, but I don't remember them. Or they make so little sense in my brain that I can never remember what any of it means. It's like another language. But fascinating nonetheless. Any comments here? I'm enjoying this. What about straight from the horse's mouth, up the spout, over a barrel, between a rock and a hard place? I know some of these. I don't know if some of those are American too. The ones in the video we just watched were like very British. Very, very British. Very good. I'm British, and I've used all of these except have a butcher's. Yeah. I tend to use gander. Oh, gander. Yeah. Gander. That's in America. Gandering. Take a gander at something. Have a butcher's. Yeah, never in my wildest dreams would think that means to take a look at something. But that's the fun, isn't it? And it also satisfies the criteria for this video. British phrases that always confuse the rest of the world. I think 9 out of 10 of these greatly confused me. So mission accomplished. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Great Britain, British culture, stuff that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.